Hey everybody, what's happening? My name is Jon Foreman. I play in a band called Switchfoot, and this is Project Rhythm Seed Underground.
Hi, I'm Mike Aitken for Project Rhythm Seed, and today we're in Moonlight Beach, California with Mr. Jon Foreman of Switchfoot.
I made a mess of me, I want to spend the rest of my life alive. I made a mess of me, I want to reverse this tragedy. I made a mess of me, I want to spend the rest of my life alive. The rest of my life alive.
Jon, hey, once again, man, thanks for being here. Appreciate it, and thanks for your time today. Before we get started, man, we're here at Moonlight Beach, Encinitas, and one of the great things that I've always found and really thought was really cool about your band is what you guys do philanthropy and helping out kids and doing different things. And this is the spot where you guys do the Switchfoot Bro Am, man. How did that get started?
Bro Am was kind of a dream that we had where we thought, you know, what if we could combine a few of our favorite things, surfing and music and the local community, and have a day where we celebrate some of the kids that are, you know, living right in this neck of the woods that are really struggling. You know, that a lot of them don't have a lot of the advantages that the rest of us have had, and so this is a chance for the whole community to get together and celebrate these kids. You know, they're amazing.
Was there one particular kid that said, man, that there was like a story that said, you know, that started that dream, or was this kind of just a general idea? And
it was a general idea. I think that the stories for me have been the ones that have resulted from
the Bro Am?
The Bro Am. I mean, last year, for example, there's this kid who threw out T-shirts from the stage, and it wasn't that big of a deal to maybe us to let him up there and throw his T-shirts out, but he was talking about it afterwards, where he was saying, you know, that was kind of a pivotal moment for me, where he had the stage to himself, and this was his moment where he kind of felt validated. And my friend who runs stand-up in Oceanside,
Stand Up for Kids?
Yeah, was saying that ever since that day, that was a turning point. You know, he's really gotten his life on track. And
oh man, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, I think that there's a lot of small things that we take for granted that are actually big things. You know, they're huge momentous occasions that we just take for granted. And so Moonlight Beach, it has got a lot of really big memories for me.
That's awesome. And you were a kid, you kind of grew up around this area? And
yeah, this was the home break during the
home break.
Yeah.
Nice. And you, along with another local resident, Eddie Vedder, both went to San Diego High School, and both kind of surfed these breaks here. And legendary time surfing out here. One time you're like, you'll never forget when you were here surfing. Maybe your first time, or might have been the last time.
You know, I had the chance to surf with one of my heroes out here, Tom Curran.
Oh yeah.
We try and enlist his help pretty much every year we've had the Bro Am. We put him on our team.
There you go. That's a guy. He stacked the deck. Yeah.
So
just a little bit.
Yeah. One time we got a chance to surf out here with him and his kids, and for me, that's a moment I'll never forget.
That's awesome. So obviously, Moonlight Beach and Encinitas and the area is something that's kind of influenced and obviously been part of your life, because it is your life. But what was it that kind of got you into music? Was there a particular artist or a song where you're like, oh my gosh, man, this is amazing. This is what I want to do?
I was always banging around on pots and pans and pianos and
driving the folks crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they had guitars. My mom and dad both played guitar and piano.
Oh, right on.
Kind of just a musical environment to grow up in.
Right.
And then I think the turning point was, you know, it was always piano lessons, and it was always fun, and, you know, kind of semi-interested. Then I heard Led Zeppelin, and that was kind of junior high.
Right.
Kind of took over for me.
Kind of changed life a little bit.
Yeah.
What was the first song you tried to play on the guitar? Mary Had a Little Lamb or Houses of the Holy?
It sounds really stereotypical, but my dad taught me Stairway.
There you go.
It's like the first real rock tune that I learned how to play.
And not an easy one at that, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So Switchfoot started, what, 1996? 96, 97?
Somewhere in there.
Then The Legend of Chin was the first kind of album that you guys did, if I remember right?
Yeah.
And the band was originally called Chin Up?
That was it, yeah.
And what was the inspiration? You were just trying to find a name, and How did that come about?
The change,
Chin Up, yeah.
Or Chin Up.
Chin Up itself to begin with.
We, you know, finding a name for your band is the hardest thing in the world. And nowadays you got to get the MySpace, and the .com, and the Facebook, whatever. You know, back then we didn't really think of it as anything more than just us having friends. I mean, playing music.
Just playing music, right?
Having a good time. And so one of my best buddies, his name was Willis Chin, and so he named the band
Chin Up after him.
As a joke, you know. But then it kind of had a little bit of meaning, and we kept thinking to ourselves, well, if we think of anything better, we'll change the name.
Right.
So when Switchfoot came along, it felt like it's a surfing term, so it felt like it was a way to involve something that we love to do with another passion of ours.
Right.
You know?
And the band kind of progressed along. Obviously, they changed the name of Switchfoot. 2003, kind of your first major release, Columbia Records. Yeah. Beautiful Letdown was the first release, and that did pretty well for you guys. You kind of moved along, and a song that came, I guess, would have been from your 2005 album, Meant to Live. For me, just to kind of share a personal story with you, my son was born in March of 2004, and you know, there was a moment in time we weren't sure if she was going to survive or he was going to survive, and we're leaving the hospital, and the song that comes on the radio is Meant to Live, and every time I hear it, I think back to that struggle and the fact that he survived and she survived. And now, new album hit stores November 10th. Hello Hurricane.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, man, from a guy who's been involved in music and radio for probably longer than I should be. You know, to me, there's not a lot of songs or a lot of bands where you listen to an album, you listen to a song, where just the passion of the band and of that song really kind of shines through. I mean, sometimes production makes a song sound really cool, you know, but yet it's not there. It's like they're going through the motions. Gosh, we got to do another album. All right, hey, this is a cool song. It's got a decent hook. That'll work. People are like that, you know. But I don't hear that with this one.
Yeah, this record, we pulled the songs, the 12 songs that finally made the record, from about, I think, 60 to 80 songs that we ended up tracking as a band. Over the course of the last few years, we pulled out of our deal with Columbia.
Right.
It just felt like there were too many turnovers, you know. People were just coming and going.
Right. You have one day one guy's helping you, the next day somebody else, and
people that you become friends with just get fired so quick, and didn't feel like a healthy place for our music.
Right.
So we pulled out of that, built our own studio, and just started recording. And just took our time. You know, we track a new song every day and just see what happens.
Right. See how it felt.
You know. And then halfway through that experience, kind of, you know, you're 60 songs in and you realize no one's going to hear most of it. It can be a little bit depressing, you know.
Yeah.
You have to think to yourself, well, what makes a good song? What's going to make the cut on this record? And for us, kind of came back to the heart of the song. I don't know if it's Dolly Parton or who said it, but if you ain't crying while you're singing it,
it's not worth singing.
Like something Dolly could say.
Yeah, no, but it's not. In other words, it's not worth doing it if you're not feeling it when you're singing.
Yeah, you know, and it is true. There's a lot of songs that we tracked that were really fun to play as musicians. Maybe they had an interesting beat or something that was technically more difficult than something else. But if it didn't move you on a deeper level,
right?
It was like let's push that one
aside
for a little while.